Next up is the Joe Barry Memorial Cup with a record number of teams. Here's everybody turning out earlier in the week to find out where their teams are going to fit into 3 different brackets. There are so many teams in this tournament, they had to divide them up into 3 different groups. A lot of history here at IPC for this tournament, and the man that it's named after, Joe Barry, he and his family have quite a tradition in American polo. There's the board. We'll take the names out of the hat, and we'll figure out who is going to play who coming on the next 3 weeks of this next 20-goal tournament here at IPC. About the only time you'll see these players being this friendly. Once we put the uniforms on and the ball gets in play, it's going to be a battle for the best. No high-tech stuff here, just draw a name out of a hat. Little white shadows blink and misty. Part of a system I am. All right, here's how they stack up now. We'll have 3 brackets. The winner of bracket 1 will play the winner of one of those other 2 brackets. Let me explain that to you. In 1, it's Piaget, Valiente 2, Valiente 1, Lucchese, Orchard Hill. They'll all play each other over the next few weeks. Bracket 2 teams are Metal Tech, Heathcote, Coca-Cola, and Zakara. One winner from that group will go to the semifinals to play somebody from bracket 3, which is Alegria, Circa, Audi, and Villa del Lago. The winner between those 2 then will play the winner of bracket 1. If you're confused, don't feel alone, so am I. It takes balls to play this game, and guess who has a lot of them? This guy over here, Vinny Meyer, Texas Polo. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Ron. Thank you.
The story of Vinny Meyer and the polo ball has got to be an amazing story. Can you tell it to me in a minute?
I don't know if it's amazing, but I'll try to tell you. I was playing polo, and I'd moved from Dallas to Brownwood, a small town, and the girls wouldn't dance with me, so I started riding horses, and 2 of my buddies back in Dallas were playing polo, and they encouraged me to take up the game. And then a guy in Chicago invented a plastic polo ball, but it was more like a marshmallow. You know, we'd been playing for several hundred years with wooden polo balls, and they're very inconsistent in weight, and texture and everything else, and how they traveled. Uh, I was running a small manufacturing plant, and we had expanded the line. And I invented the first rust-proof fertilizer spreader.
Whoa.
And the process we used to mold the hopper was the same as you used to mold polo ball. So I took the old crummy marshmallow polo ball to my molder and said, hey Charlie, can't we do better than this? Well, it was a year later, and we finally perfected a plastic polo ball that feels, hits, and sounds just like a wooden ball. And from there,
The rest is history, as they say, right?
the rest is history. And we've been very lucky that the polo players prefer our balls, and they are our best salesmen and take our balls all around the world.
Now, let's talk about this thing, this little round sphere here. It looks like this before it gets hit by a mallet, but it's about the size of a baseball, wouldn't you say?
About the size of a baseball, yes. It's
And
about
it
three
weighs,
and an eighth inches in diameter. It weighs 127 grams, plus or minus 3 grams. And after it's hit, as you alluded to, it gets dented. That's the way the wooden ball's performed. And it's imperative that the ball does dent, because the mallet head is spherical, round. And if it didn't dent, it would only touch the ball at a pinpoint area.
Yeah, because you'd basically have a round object meeting another round object, really.
And you wouldn't be able to control the distance. And the good players, as you've watched and announced for them, can place the ball right over there or right over there to a teammate going full speed. And the way they can control the ball is with a large surface area.
Let's look at the inside of this thing. It's pretty interesting because it's solid. I mean, it really, traveling 100 miles an hour, it can put a good hurt on you.
It sure can, and leave a bruise that lasts a long time. I can attest to that, and everyone else that plays the game can also. There's tiny air holes inside here, like champagne bubbles. And the secret is the technique in regulating the spacing of those air bubbles, so you have no large voids. That's one of the secrets.
You can tell me this. I promise I won't tell IRS, but how many of these do you sell a year?
I've never told anyone that, Rod.
A couple dozen, 100 dozen?
My canned answer is between 200 and a million.
And you've been doing this for how long?
Since '76.
Wow. And how long do you think Texas Polo Ball will be around?
Longer than I will be.
It's going to be your legacy, right? The Polo Ball man.
I guess. I don't know how much of a legacy that would be, but it'll be here, and it's been it's a small business, but it's a very exciting business and a fun business.
And it keeps you plugged into a great sport.
A great sport, and as I tell people, they don't play polo anywhere in the world that you don't want to go to.